All right, I think it's working. Good. At first it was giving me a message saying that live streaming wasn't available, and I was like, no! But it seems to be working okay now. Hi everybody. Please let me know if you can see and hear me okay, because that was very strange. I don't know. Oh, good. Hi, people. Thank you. Just gonna wait a couple more minutes. Excuse me while I type things. All right, good. Thank you. People are saying that they can hear and see me, my fake moderators, because I don't have enough subscribers to need real moderators, which is nice in some ways. Because it means that pretty much everybody who finds me and watches me is actually here for the right reasons. So thank you for joining in. All right. So while we're waiting for people to come on, I just want to say hello and feel free. Hi, Alex. Feel free to use the chat box and say hi. Let me know what you've been doing for self-care lately, because that's why we're here, self-care, everything. And I really want to know who has seen the video that I put out on Saturday, because that was kind of the unofficial kickoff of this mini series that I'm doing. And it was about self-care and how self-care is really important for health. Engraving for self-care. Yeah. But yeah, Saturday's video kicked off this kind of recharge and rebuild mini series that I have going on, which I will talk about in a little bit. Yeah, if you haven't seen the video, thanks, most of you have. If you haven't seen the video from Saturday, I posted a link, I think I posted it, a link in the description box below the video. So after this live, you can go check it out. I think it was only 8 minutes or something, so pretty quick, but it was mostly just a mental health discussion, which I haven't done too many of those in a while, so that was what I figured made sense to sort of kick off this whole thing. And you will see me looking down. It's because I have a whole bunch of notes, because I have a lot that I wanted to cover today. Because we haven't been live on Serenity Sounds since summer solstice. And yeah, as you guys probably know, it feels like a week is a month and a month is a year. And that since March, when Serenity Sounds started, it has been like 20 centuries. But that's another thing that we're going to cover in this mini-series. We're going to talk about how to hopefully stop feeling like time is getting away from us, and hopefully we can regain control. All right, well, thank you for joining me in the chat. Hello, hello. Okay, well, it's 7:08 according to my computer, so I guess we will get started. I first wanted to just talk a little bit about this mini-series because it's not too different from the Serenity Sounds videos that I've been putting out, but I wanted to talk about what my mission was for this mini-series. And I talked about it a little bit in Saturday's video, but I mentioned the difference between a crisis response and a long-term response. And I realized over time that when all of this started and the restrictions were being put in place and we had the lockdown, that we were in crisis mode, right? Because we kept hearing all this news of everything that was happening, and people are saying, like, protect yourselves, do this, do that, lock down. And So I said, okay, what can I do to try and help the people, help the world? And so Serenity Sounds was born. And that was great because I said, okay, I'm going to come out with a bunch of mindfulness, meditation, music, mental health discussions, and I'm going to just send it out into the YouTube world, and hopefully it's going to help people. But then as the months went on, and now we are just past month 5 here in Massachusetts when we first got the notice of lockdowns. And, we're opening up gradually, but we're not completely opened yet, and it won't be that way for quite some time. So as time goes on and we're starting to kind of round this half a year mark, which is insane when you think about it, it's important to kind of shift a little bit and say, okay, we're still all about self-care. We still want to focus on our well-being and our health, but I want to give you guys the tools to not just come on to Serenity Sounds every week and watch some meditations, but to actually think about how you can apply what we're doing here to your everyday life, to your reactions to what's going on. So that's the general idea of this mini-series. And I figured what better way than to really get the community together and do a couple live streams, do a couple premieres, and that's what we have going on. So we have, so the video that I put out on Saturday was just to sort of kick this whole thing off. But tonight we're live, obviously, and then tomorrow and Friday I will be posting 2 new videos, and I will set those as premieres. So that means that even though it's pre-recorded, I will be there, signed on, and I will be manning the chat box. So if you come on and you can write me questions, comments, we'll all be able to do the meditation together. The great thing about that for me is that I can actually participate in the meditation because I'll already have it recorded. So that's awesome. And that's going to be at 7 p.m. All the videos are going to be 7 p.m. Eastern time today, tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday. So Thursday and Friday are going to be premieres. Saturday is going to be another live, and that's going to kind of round this whole thing out and conclude everything. Hi, I noticed a couple other people signed on, so hello. Feel free to say hey in the chat. I was asking people what they've been doing for self-care recently. And I've been asking people if they saw the video on Saturday, and if you have any thoughts about the video, let me know. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is the supplement to this mini-series, and that launched today, and that is my Recharge and Rebuild Handbook. I designed a guide, and I call it a guide, but it's actually a toolkit because it has a workbook with mindfulness prompts and templates, and it also has meditation downloads and music downloads, visual aids, handouts, and it's this whole big bundle. And I designed it because I wanted to give you guys something that you can take with you, that you can do at home, that you can take places, you can print it, you can download it to your devices. All the meditations and music are downloadable. So instead of needing a Wi-Fi connection and going on to Serenity Sounds, which is great, it just gives you more versatility. So I have a picture that I will put up. Oh, there it is. So the Recharge, hello, I like that it sort of half blocks me. Hi. The Recharge and Rebuild packet, it takes you through, it's a 5-step process, and you can do it in 5 days. You can be flexible with it, but I have it set up where each day you go through a series of questions and mindfulness prompts. And the first theme is you're kind of just reflecting on your circumstances, and you're rooting yourself, and you're saying, okay, here's what's been happening, here's what has already happened, here's what might happen, and just kind of face that and work through the emotions of it. And then after that, there's some stress reduction, some instilling of hope, and then once we do all that, we get down to business, and I teach you how to focus on your values, your desires, and your hopes for the future. And then I teach you how to convert those into actual goals. So the main idea is that by the end of this workbook, you will have worked through how to start to rebuild a routine in this time of challenges and this time of unknowns, but one that you can feel is really true to you, and that is full of health and well-being, because that's just super, super important, especially now. So the link to it is in the description box below, and I also posted a comment and in the chat box. I just sent it in the chat box as well. You can go on to harpandwellness.com/recharge-rebuild, and you can go take a look and get more information on that. And right now, I have the launch sale going on, so you can get it for a sale price for a limited time. So go check that out. If you have any questions, chat box me, leave a comment, message me through my website or social media. You know how to reach me. But I'm excited about it. And you don't in any way have to purchase it in order to enjoy these mini-series videos. It's just a really nice, valuable guide and accompaniment. So that's the deal. Okay. Next, we recapped Saturday's video a little bit already, but again, for those of you who are just signing on and who haven't seen the video on Saturday, I posted a link to it in the description box below, and I went over I wanted to connect self-care to mindfulness, to mental health, to physical health, because that lays the groundwork of things that we're going to be working on these next few days. And I'm sure that many of you have noticed that mental health takes a back seat in our society. And of course, right now, everybody's focusing on what can we do to protect ourselves from the virus, but there are secondary effects going on, and that's that we are very, very stressed. We are handling lots of rapid fire changes, and we're not used to it. We're used to stress, but not this kind of stress. So what does that do? It causes our minds and our bodies to react in ways that make it really hard for us to adjust. So that's what Saturday's video was about. And then today we will kind of take that knowledge and we will apply it by doing this meditation and listening to some music. And I will show you how to apply. So it's an extending gratitude meditation. I'll show you how to apply a gratitude mindset out in the world when everything seems to be so challenging and so full of stress and judgment. Just being able to have a gratitude mindset within ourselves. And I'll show you what that can do for our minds and our bodies. So really important stuff. All right. So this gratitude mindset, I'm sorry if you can hear the papers because my microphone's right down there. My patients are very stressed. Yeah, so my mom is an audiologist and she was furloughed for a while and just got back to work 2 months ago. I can't even keep track. And it's tough because these are patients that are trying to get their non-virus related healthcare, and healthcare is actually taking it's dipping. It's crazy to everyone's definitely stressed, definitely. Like healthcare, besides COVID care, people don't want to go to the doctors. People don't want to face that because there's so many extra policies and people are scared. People are scared to go to the doctor. They're scared to go to the hospital. And I think now we're sort of getting used to just staying put. So even if there's something going on, we're like, well, we're just home. So it's very interesting to see what's going on in society and how people are handling everything. And that, I could go into that for an hour, which I won't, but what that means. Like if we're all really stressed out and we're not taking care of our well-being and then we're not going to the doctors, that is not a good combination. I'm sure we can just leave it at that. It's not a good combination. So this gratitude mindset, there's a few reasons why I like to start with gratitude. And I call gratitude an art. It's an art because it lays the foundation for so many other things. And it goes so far beyond just being thankful. So I want to just pull up where I'm trying new visuals today, so pardon my my newbie-ness. Okay, here we go. So, why is gratitude such an important foundation for self-care? So, first of all, it helps us to pay attention to what we already have, right? It helps us to see reality. And this is important because we have to understand that even in times like this that are very stressful, a lot of negativity going on, everything isn't bad. So being able to have a gratitude mindset means that we're not only focusing on the negative, we can focus on what we still have and what we still are able to enjoy. And instead of missing what was or longing for what could be, we become present in our lives. And when we're present, we end up not feeling as worried, as anxious, as upset about things, because anxiety really does a lot of times stem from when people are either dwelling on something from the past or ruminating about something that might happen in the future. So if we can anchor ourselves down and be present in our reality, it really does help to reduce our stress and make us feel clearer minded. Next, gratitude helps us to build a positive mindset. Again, we're not ruminating, we're not dwelling. We are able to be thankful for what we have. And that is so important when we turn on the news and we hear negative story after negative story. We need to be able to turn inward at times and be like, okay, this is bad, but look at what I do have and focus on that. It's a very healthy mindset to have. And then lastly, gratitude correlates to kindness. It correlates to empathy. So what do I mean by this? I mean that if we're thankful for everything that we have, we're able to open ourselves up to other people's stories. Maybe we'll notice that some people don't have all the things that we have. Of course, there are people out there who have had loved ones who have died from this virus, and it's horrible. But there are ways to react to that. We can feel compassion for those people. We don't have to feel angry and feel like we want to beat somebody up because of it. But we can feel kindness towards them, and we can feel empathy and compassion. And then also going along that, it helps us to see the bigger picture. If we have this gratitude mindset, it helps us to see a bigger picture in that we are all human. We all go through different walks of life, but we do all have this in common. And something else that we have in common is that we all have both good and bad aspects to our lives. So we can be thankful for what we have, and we can be humble about it, and we can look at other people and say, wow, I don't know their story, but I know that they have a story. All right. Hello. Let me know if you like the visuals, because I used them once when we did the PMR. I put up a little video screen of what PMR, the benefits of PMR, but I don't really use them that often. But I have this software that I've been getting used to over the last several months, and so let me know if you like the visuals. I'm trying to not make it too much like a classroom, but at the same point, I feel like there are some points that are just important. So let me know. Okay, so going on that, obviously this gratitude mindset, it does not happen overnight. And it actually is something that's probably a lifetime practice. But the idea is that we want to start working on this because we can start to tame any like negative knee-jerk responses that we might have. And we hear the stories all the time, right? So-and-so beat up somebody because they didn't want to, wear a mask and they got kicked out of this store. I mean, people are beating people up. People are killing people. I mean, these are the secondary effects of this pandemic, and they are brutal. So If we start working on now something that at the root of it is so simple, being grateful, then we can have all of these healthier reactions. Let me just pull this up one more time because I forgot that I had my little diagram. There you go. So gratitude, how it can serve as the foundation for presence, positivity, and empathy, right? All right. So, for instance, if we think about if we're out running errands and we see somebody who is not following one of the COVID rules and we look at them, we have a choice in that moment. We can choose how to respond. And that's something that's lost on people a lot of times because we're so heightened with emotion right now. We can sometimes let our emotions overtake our actions. And this is why mindfulness is really important and it comes into play, because mindfulness helps us to align our responses and to not feel like we're driven by our emotions. So we're out running errands and we see somebody who is not following one of the rules or one of the mandates. We can't control what they're doing. We obviously can't control the pandemic, but we can control how we're responding to things. So in that moment, what is our choice? We can respond in a couple of different ways. So let me pull this up again and let me show you. So we have this reaction. That person's breaking one of the rules. How disrespectful. I'm so angry. How dare they? Or, oh, that person's breaking the rules. Things are a real struggle right now. I wonder what their story is. I'm glad that I can just walk away and go about my business or something along those lines. But the idea still rings true. The idea is that if we're thankful for what we have, we can remind ourselves that we are able to be out, right? We're able to be out running errands. We're able to walk away from a situation that we might not feel is healthy for us. But at the end of the day, we don't know what their story is. We don't know how they're feeling. They're probably stressed out and emotional too. We have the choice of how to respond. And now, here's the main point. There's irony in this situation because right now, everything is all about health. How to not get the virus, how to protect yourself from the virus, how to protect yourself from the symptoms of the virus if you get the virus. Everything is about health. But what do we think happens when you are out in the world and you see people not doing what you think they should and you're responding angrily and all the anger bubbles start bubbling up? What's it doing? Which one of those reactions made you feel more stressed? The angry response or the, oh, I'm just grateful to be out and I'm going to walk away? Which one? We are stressing ourselves out more than we already are, more than we have to. And that's a big problem because stress, as I mentioned in Saturday's video, can have negative impacts on our immune system, negative impacts on our health. So what are we doing in this world where we're all about health, but our day-to-day lives, our minute-to-minute reactions are rooted in something that's going to make us more stressed and therefore cause a, depletion in our healthy bodily responses? It doesn't make any sense. So that is why starting with gratitude, it's so simple, but so super valuable, and it can go so far, and we can become messengers of kindness instead of messengers of hate and anger. So that's the idea. Okay. When I was practicing this earlier, I said to my husband, I said, wow, I wish I could say it exactly how I practiced it. And I didn't, but that's my main point right there, because I am an advocate of mental health and wellness, and that is exactly why we are doing this right now. Okay, So we have come to our moment of trying to calm the energy. I love watching my videos back because I'll start at the beginning of the video and then I'll just fast forward to the end of the video and I start going, hey guys, leave a message in the chat box, leave your comment, yay, I'm super Italian. And then by the end I'm like, thank you guys so much. But that's what it is, right? Everything's a journey. Even this video is a journey. So we're going to lower the energy and we're going to start our extending gratitude meditation. Now that you know what it can lead to, how you can apply it out into the world, and I want you to think about that and reflect on that while you're meditating and think about how it can go so much further beyond just gratitude. Okay, so I will be playing some of my harp. Ooh, hello. I will be playing my harp. I bump into my harps all the time. In the hospice house where I volunteered back in the day, it was an old house, so the rooms were really small. I was always like banging my harp into walls, and all the nurses would be like, oh, like it's okay, it sounds worse than it is because it echoes through the sound box. Anyway, all right, so we're gonna start this extending gratitude meditation. I'll play some harp music, and at the end of the meditation, I am going to just play for about 5 or so extra minutes, and this can be your time to reflect on the meditation and to continue cultivating those feelings of gratitude. And then, of course, at the end, I will give a quick sign off. As you know, I don't really like to talk too much once the energy's low, but I will say a quick goodbye. And of course the chat box will remain open, but I won't really be checking it when I'm doing the meditation, but I will check it afterwards. So if there is something you want to say or ask, feel free. All right, so without further ado, let me just grab a sip of my water. Okay, so I'm going to grab my harp, and while I do that, I just want you to find yourself a comfortable seat, or if you prefer to lie down. This is all about just being comfortable, but making sure that you're in a position where you're able to root yourself into the ground and really feel present. So go ahead and get yourself into that position, and I'll grab my harp. And once you're in that position, just feel your body sink into the ground beneath you. And let your spine straighten, let your shoulders relax, and make any final movements or adjustments. I'm always like, gotta make sure my neck is loose before I start playing my harp. So whatever movements you need to do, feel free, just wiggle yourself out. And then when you're ready, find stillness. And if it's comfortable for you, close your eyes. I want you to notice the sensations throughout your body as it begins to relax. And as you root into the ground beneath you, feel your breath filling and exiting your lungs. Feel your heart beating in your chest. And notice the temperature of your body. If you feel warm or cool. And notice any pain or stiffness. And direct your breath to those areas. things in life that we experience every day are the very things we take for granted. Like our functioning bodies, or the air we breathe, or the gift of time that you're giving yourself right now to do this meditation. So let's first focus on those. Silence your thoughts by focusing on the inhale and exhale of your breath. Picture that air traveling in through your nose and into your lungs. And then picture it exiting your body, releasing itself back into the room. On your next inhale, I want you to imagine the words, I am. And on your exhale, imagine the words, thankful. I am thankful. Move your focus to your physical body. Begin to scan your body, starting at your toes, up to your legs, your hips, stomach, torso, your chest, arms, shoulders, neck, and head. Breathe air into each of these body parts and think about how each has its role in your survival, your health, your mobility, and your physical ability. As you scan your body and breathe air throughout, imagine with each inhale the words, I am. And with each exhale, imagine the word, thankful. I am thankful. In times of trauma and stress, we all have innate biological traits to help carry us through. These can be courage, bravery, resilience, tenacity, and more. I want you to think of a trait that you have that has served you well during these challenging months. Let an image of that trait come to mind, either in word form or picture yourself embodying that trait. Continue breathing, letting that image become more vivid. And on your next inhale, imagine the words, I am. And on your exhale, imagine the word, thankful. I am thankful. In addition to these traits, we also have skills that we've developed over time through our experiences. These can be courage, bravery, the ability to cope, the ability to see the positive in negative situations. These can be wisdom or knowledge. Think of an ability that you have that has been helpful for dealing with the recent challenges. Let it become an image in your mind. Take your time forming this image and really feel its energy. Take a deep breath in, and on your inhale, imagine the words, I am. And on your exhale, imagine the word, thankful. I am thankful. Allow yourself to feel proud and happy that you inhabit traits and abilities to keep you safe and healthy. Breathe in again, I am, and breathe out, thankful. Now, I want you to imagine a positive experience that you've had these past 5 months. Let an image of this experience come to mind. Think about what you were doing, who you were with, where you were, how you felt. Feel the energy of this experience as it takes form in your mind. Even in the darkest of times, there is still joy, happiness, laughter, kindness, and strength. Gratitude into this experience with the words, I am, and breathe out, thankful. thankful. Lastly, shift your attention to something that was a challenge or struggle for you during this difficult time. This could be a thought, a fear, or a negative experience. As the image takes form in your mind, do not be afraid of it. Accept it and know that what's in the past can't hurt you. Every negative, painful, or difficult experience is an opportunity to build strength, courage, and knowledge. Send gratitude to this experience for the person you are now. Be thankful for the lessons learned, the meaning uncovered, and the strength built as you made your way through this storm. Breathe in, I am. And breathe out, thankful. I am thankful. Let that final image fade away as you bring your attention back to your breath. Notice the sensations in your body now, the lingering warmth of gratitude, positivity, and self-compassion. Feel contentment in knowing that you always have the choice of how to react to your circumstances. Learn from the bad, embrace the good, and thank yourself for being there to experience it all. Thank you for joining me tonight. Tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, I will be premiering the next Recharge and Rebuild video, and it will be a guided visualization. So I hope you can join me for that. And Friday, there will be another premiere, 7 p.m. Eastern. And Saturday, live streaming again, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Go check out the Recharge and Rebuild handbook at the link in the description box below. And otherwise, I hope that this was helpful, and I hope that you were able to start cultivating this gratitude mindset and take it with you when we face challenging circumstances. So thank you so much. I'll leave the chat box open for another 30 seconds or so, because I know we're on a little bit of a delay. But if you have any questions, send me a message or a chat. Otherwise, I hope you all have a really good night. Thank you so much for joining. And do me a favor, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, subscribe, share it with people, because everybody needs this mental health boost right now. So please, please share these videos, and let's start building this community. All right. Thank you so much. Good night, everybody.